Hi, my name is Dan Oddy with Detroit Speed.
And I'm Mark McDonald, Fabricator here at Detroit Speed. Today we're going to show you how to install the Mustang QUADRA-Link kit.
With the fuel tank removed, draw a line where the factory crossmember and trunk floor pan meet. Mark a horizontal line 1 1/4 inches from the fuel tank mounting flange between the frame rails. Continue this line along the inside and top side of the frame rail on the driver's side.
And it goes straight across. Right here. Right here.
Continue the horizontal line up the inside and top side of the frame rail on the passenger side. Draw a diagonal cut line. Begin cutting along the top side of the passenger side frame rail, down the inside of the frame rail and along the short diagonal cut line to the corner of the fuel tank opening. Make a diagonal cut on the driver's side from the front corner of the fuel tank opening to the 1 1/4 line where it meets the inside frame rail. Make a straight cut from the fuel tank opening to the 1 1/4 line. Cut the front of the trunk pan where you previously drew a line where the factory crossmember and the trunk floor meet. Remove this section of trunk floor from the vehicle. Grind the layers of the sheet metal at the crossmember cut lines. Drill out the spot welds, holding the brake line bracket to the floor pan on the driver's side and remove the bracket. Grind this area clean for a smooth finish. Cut out the provided template for the upper link mount hole location and place it on the outside frame rail per the notes on the template. Make sure the bottom edge of the template is level with the frame rail. Center punch the upper link hole location on the template to the outside frame rail. Draw a line perpendicular to the frame rail 1 3/4 from the upper link mount hole location in both directions. Draw another line 1 inch below the hole location parallel with the frame rail. Place the front upper link mount frame rail doubler against the frame rail with the short edge of the hole pattern down. Line it up with your 3 location lines from the previous step and trace around the perimeter of the doubler plate. Remove the doubler plate and drill an 1 1/4 hole at the upper link mounting hole location with a hole saw through the outside and inside frame rail. Place the frame rail doubler back in position on the outside frame rail and tack weld it in place. Position the front upper link mount outer closeout bracket against the inside frame rail. Slide the provided 3-inch upper body side bracket crush tube through the outer closeout bracket, through the frame rail, and through the frame rail doubler plate. Install the provided 9/16 bolt through the crush tube. Install a 1-inch ID by 1 inch long tube over the bolt on the inside of the frame rail and tighten with a nut and washer. Position the outer closeout bracket so it matches the profile of the bottom frame rail. Clamp the outer closeout bracket against the frame rail and tack weld it in place. Remove the 9/16 hardware and crush tube and plug weld the closeout to the frame rail at the pre-drilled holes. Fully weld around the perimeter of the closeout. Place the front upper link mounting bracket against the outer closeout bracket and the floor pan. Turn the bottom of the mounting bracket so it is flush with the bottom of the frame rail. Tack weld the mounting bracket in place and repeat the upper link bracket installation on the opposite side of the vehicle. Install the 3-inch upper body side bracket crush tubes through both frame rails. Measure across the inside of each crush tube. Position them so they measure 34 and 7/16 inches apart from the inside of each crush tube. Once the crush tubes are in their correct location, tack weld them in place. Verify that you still have the correct measurement and finish weld them to the outer upper link mount bracket closeout. Using a cutoff wheel, remove the crush tube that is sticking past the outer frame rail so that it is flush to the frame rail doubler. Weld the crush tube to the frame rail doubler and grind smooth for a clean finish. Position the inner upper link mount bracket closeout to the crush tube. You may need to trim this closeout. Tack weld the inner closeout to the upper link mounting bracket. Loosen the 9/16 bolt so it's out of the way and finish weld the inner closeout to the upper link mounting bracket. Repeat this procedure to the opposite side of the vehicle. Install both front lower link mounting bracket and crush tube into the torque box and the provided 1/2-inch bolt, nut and washers, and tighten. Measure across the lower link mounting brackets and set them so they are 29 5/16 apart from the inside surface. With the lower link mounting bracket placed up against the torque box bottom plate, tack weld it in place. Plug weld and finish weld around the perimeter of the lower link bracket. Repeat this procedure for the opposite side of the vehicle. Position the lower link closeout into the torque box and tack and plug weld it in place. Finish weld around the perimeter of the closeout. Cut and trim the front upper link mount braces as necessary to properly fit between the back lower link mount surfaces and the front surface of the upper link mounting bracket. Level the brace and weld it in place. Repeat this procedure for the opposite side of the vehicle. Position the upper cross member into the vehicle and trim as needed so it sits down between the frame rails. Center the cross member into the vehicle by measuring from the center of the original leaf spring hole to the bottom of the front edge of the back of the cross member. With the cross member centered and leveled in the vehicle, tack weld it to the frame rails. Finish weld the cross member to the frame rails. Stitch weld the front edge of the cross member to the original floor and trunk sheet metal from underneath and inside the vehicle. Measure between the inner frame rails to mark a center line on the cross member. Draw a line 14.5 inches off the center line in both directions to locate the upper shock mounts. Locate the left and right hand upper shock mount. The welded crush tube in the shock mounts should be to the outside of the vehicle. Place the upper shock mounts to the outside of the marked line. Position them square to the cross member and tack weld them in place. Finish welding around the perimeter of the shock mounts to the cross member. Use the provided templates to cut out the front trunk corners for exhaust clearance. Fit and trim the front and trunk corner closeouts and weld them in place. Once they are welded, it is a good time to mock up and fit the DSC fuel tank if available. Scrap a trim line onto both ends of the crossmember that hang off past the frame rails. Cut this section of the crossmember so that it is flush with the outer frame rail. This will ensure a good fit when installing the DSC mini tubs. Position the track bar body bracket into place on the driver's side frame rail. The top edges should sit flush with the driver's side frame rail, trunk corner closeout, and the back surface of the upper shock crossmember. Level the bracket so it is perpendicular to the ground and tack weld in place. Verify that the track bar bracket is level and finish weld around the perimeter of the bracket. If you are using a stock rear axle, you will be replacing the housing ends. Remove them from the axle tubes. Remove the factory leaf spring brackets from the axle tubes. Grind the factory welds in the axle tubes for a clean finish. Install the provided weld spacers into the axle bracket upper and lower link holes along with the provided 9/16 bolts. Place the lower link coilover axle bracket reinforcement onto the back of the axle bracket and weld in place. Grind the axle bracket smooth for a clean finish. Prepare the axle tubes to hold the axle bracket to the axle. The DC axle bracket is designed for a 3-inch axle tube. Since the stock axle is smaller at one end, an adapter ring was made to go onto the axle tube with the axle brackets. Use a pinion centering tool, measure from the center line of the rear axle outward 14 5/8 inches in both directions and mark this location. Draw a scribe line around the axle tube at these marked locations. This will be the location of the inside flange of the axle brackets. Install the axle brackets over the axle tubes and position the inside flange of the brackets at the scribed circle on the axle tubes. Rotate the housing forward so that the center section mounting flange is 4 degrees down from vertical. Install the weld spacers into the upper link holes along with the 9/16 bolts. Once the axle brackets are in the correct location, tack weld them to the axle tubes. Verify the correct location and then finish weld all the way around the brackets to the axle tubes. Install the track bar axle bracket up against the outboard side of the right hand axle bracket. Verify that it is 90 degrees to the axle tube and tack weld them in place. Once the location is verified, finish weld all the way around the track bar bracket to the axle tube. Position the anti-roll bar end link brackets so that the 90-degree gusset fits up against the inside flange of the axle brackets. Locate the bracket so that the end link hole is centered on the axle tube. Tack weld each bracket and then verify the correct location before finish welding. Install the upper swivel link into the upper link pocket with the provided 9/16 bolt, nylock nut, and washers on both sides of the vehicle. Install the lower swivel link into the lower link pocket with the provided 9/16 bolt, nylock nut, and washers on both sides of the vehicle. The middle hole in the lower link bracket will be the nominal setting. Slide the provided polyurethane bushings onto the rear anti-roll bar. Install the anti-roll bar mounting brackets over the polyurethane bushings. Place the anti-roll bar up to the mounting holes in the crossmember and install the provided 3/8 bolts and washers into the weld nuts in the crossmember. Use blue Loctite in the threads and torque the bolts to 30 foot-pounds. Assemble the coilover shocks and springs by removing the snap ring and upper spring perch from the shocks. Then, install the spring over the coilover shock, followed by the upper spring perch. Install the snap ring onto the shock and lock the upper spring perch into place. Install the shock and spring assembly into the upper shock mounts with the shock body up. Install the provided 3/4 inch long spacer onto the 1/2 inch bolt and install through the inside of the upper shock mount and through the monoball of the shock. Install the 1/2 inch nylock nut and washers. Before the rear axle is installed into the vehicle, install the anti-roll bar end links into the housing brackets. Set the end links 3 1/4 inch center to center and mount the female end to the axle bracket. Torque the end link nuts to 40 foot-pounds. Install the upper and lower swivel links into the rear axle brackets using the provided 9/16 bolts, nylock nuts, and washers on both sides of the vehicle. Install the lower links in the middle hole in the axle bracket, as this will be your nominal setting. Install the coilover shocks into the axle brackets with the provided 1/2 inch bolts, nylock nuts, and washers. Install the anti-roll bar end links on the rear axle into the front hole of the anti-roll bar with the provided hardware. Install the track bar into the axle bracket and then the body side track bar bracket with the provided 9/16 hardware. The QUADRA-Link is now assembled. Refer to the torque specifications and the instructions and make sure all hardware is properly torqued.